Have you ever paused to ponder the rich tapestry that is Africa's economic history? The vast continent, rich in culture, diversity and resources, has a story that intertwines with global economic development, with many chapters yet to unfold. Africa, the cradle of mankind, has a history that stretches back further than any other place on Earth. In pre-colonial times, Africa was a mosaic of kingdoms, empires and city-states, each with its own unique economic systems. Trade was the lifeblood of these societies, with goods such as gold, salt and ivory flowing along routes that crisscrossed the continent. The arrival of European explorers in the 15th century marked a turning point. They came in search of wealth, and they found it in Africa's abundant resources. The transatlantic slave trade, initiated by Portugal, had devastating effects on Africa. Millions of Africans were forced into bondage, robbing the continent of its human resources. The 19th century brought the scramble for Africa, a period of intense European colonization. Although colonial rulers introduced new technologies and industries, they did so primarily for their own benefit. Railways and roads were built to transport resources for export, not to connect African communities. The colonial powers extracted vast amounts of wealth from Africa while imposing foreign economic systems that disrupted traditional African economies. In the mid-20th century, a wave of independence swept across the continent. Africa began to reclaim its economic autonomy. However, the new nations inherited economies shaped by colonial priorities, and the transition to self-determination was fraught with challenges. Post-independence leaders struggled to balance the need for development with the desire to restore traditional economic practices. Today, Africa is a continent on the rise. Despite the challenges, many African nations have achieved impressive economic growth in the 21st century. Technology, particularly mobile banking and e-commerce, is driving innovation and entrepreneurship. Africa's youthful population, a potential economic powerhouse, holds the promise of a vibrant future. In conclusion, Africa's economic history is a story of resilience and adaptation. From the ancient kingdoms that thrived on trade to the modern economies embracing technology, Africa has navigated a path marked by external challenges and internal strengths. The continent's economic journey is far from over, and the coming chapters hold much promise. The history of Africa and its economic growth is a rich and diverse narrative. It is a tale of resilience in the face of exploitation, of the struggle for self-determination, and of the ongoing journey towards sustainable development. As we look to the future, we can see that Africa's economic story is still being written. Despite the challenges, there is much to be hopeful about. The continent's youthful population, its natural resources, and its spirit of innovation all point towards a future of promising possibilities. Through understanding Africa's economic history, we gain insights into the continent's potential for future growth. It is a reminder that the economies of nations are not just about numbers and percentages. They are about people, cultures, and histories. They are about the ongoing journey of human development.